The Lost City of Ungoro. New expansion and new cards. I think we got some pretty good cards here this time around. I legitimately do. I'm excited to see what we can actually make out of these. And I'm kind of excited because we might be having a cook-off here. We might be doing every deck, every class, I think has a chance to shine in this. This is going to be a lot. I think we're ready to get ready into everything. The cards, the classes. So this is where we're going to start, right? So we got 3 things to go over. Balancing, flavor, and viability. What these 3 categories represent. The flavor of the card is not just saying like how it fits into the story of Ungoro and the previous expansion and what the class identity is meant for, as much as those are useful and good. We're going to be talking more about like the specific way that they fit into the decks that they're made for. The second thing is balance. Balance is going to be more than just like, oh, it's good or bad in terms of its stats or mana. You know, like a 2-mana 2/2. We're not going to go over like just that. We're going to say individually as one card, how strong could it be? Enough that I would take it. The last portion of my category, which is viability. To me, this just means how long do I think the card will actually last? Will it last through the 2-week honeymoon period where people are trying everything new, trying to put it into existing card sets, new card sets? Or will we just go back to the same old, oh, you know what, this isn't working anymore, let me just throw back in, kill Jaden, and just call it done. With all that being said, I think we should start with Paladin. Starting with Dive the Galaka Depths, which is repeatable to summon 5 Murlocs. And the reward is that you give the Murlocs you summon 1/1. Great, love it. Looks really good. Echelon of quest rewards. This one is pretty straightforward. Very good reward. I guarantee you're going to pop this at least 2 to 3 times in an average game, even if you're like running them down by turn 6. Very hopeful that this thing makes it through a lot of like the current expansion plays. I think that you will be seeing this one a lot. Next up is Tyrannagale. A 6-mana 6/3 Murloc Beast with Rush and Death Rattle. Summon 3 2/1 Murlocs. Give them each a random bonus effect. Beautiful. Absolutely great card. It needs to be 5 mana. There's something about this being 6 that to me just gatekeeps it just enough outside of most people's playstyle. One thing missing from it, and I understand that it would probably be too broken at 5 mana. Something tells me that this is just too expensive where it's at to stay consistent in the overall. I think that you might actually run this in other Paladin decks. But 4 Murloc Paladin, strong, absolutely best cards in it, guaranteed to stay. Next up is Submerged Map. 1 mana, discover a Murloc, and if you play this turn, also pick one of the others. I love the map. I love all the maps that I've seen, except one, and we'll get to it. But for this one, something tells me that you're going to be playing this one the most often, like, to get consistently. You should be able to, on turn 3 or 4, consistently be able to choose one of the cheaper ones, play it, get the one that you actually want. So this one's going to be seen a lot, this one's going to be used a lot, and I like the 1 mana, cost to do it, that I wish you could do, is if you, waited until 9-10 mana, were able to choose all 3 options. I think that that's a higher skill ceiling, and I wish that they would do it, but I see where we are with it. 2 out of 3 is still fine. There should be 1 stinker that you don't want. Next up is Ready the Fleet, 3 mana. Give +1/+2 to a friendly minion and your other minions that share a type with it. This one, to me, is probably going to be cut early. I'm just stuck. I'm just stuck here. I'm put in the deck because I have to be. Value Town, of course. Win more, of course. Just, there's something about it that I just wish that, we could do half mana or something, because 3 seems a little too expensive to consistently play. But it is strong. It is a good card. It just might not last. It may not stick. Next up, Hot Spring Glider. 3 mana 2/4 with Battlecry. Your next Murloc costs 2 less. And Kindred, which, if you didn't know what Kindred was, it is the bonus that you get when you play a minion or a spell school, the same from the last turn. So it's like those, if you played an elemental last turn, do this, elementals from Unguro. Now we have an actual keyword for it, and it can be anything, not just elementals. This thing itself is strong. It will be used. It may not go with Tyrannogill after a bit. This is just going to be the card that you use. Straight up, every time. It's going to be run. Honestly, it might even go to a different, like, menagerie-style Paladin. It might get pushed elsewhere. It is a strong card. Next up, one of my personal favorite legendaries from the entire set, Ido of the Thresh Fleet. While this is alive, you get a 2-cost Holy Spell that gives a minion +2/+2 in Divine Shield. It's a 4-mana 2/7, and something about the Call of Thresh Fleet, I'm going to lose my mind having to say this word a couple more times, I know it. Give a Divine Shield, give a minion +2/+2 in Divine Shield, and it'll stay in your hand while Ido's alive. This thing is going to be super good in Lanessa style Paladin decks. I actually have one set up that we'll get to later on in the video. But for now, this is strong. This is going to be a great card. It may not last in the meta, but it will last in my heart. We will see this, and we will make this deck work. I'll do whatever I can. Also, think about it. You can technically make this a 6-mana 4/9 with Divine Shield on turn 6. That's a pretty good time to have a 6-mana 4/9, in my opinion. Next up is Creature of the Sacred Cave, a 4-mana 2/5. At the end of your turn, recast a random holy spell that you've cast already this turn, and it targets this if possible. So things that I've already thought about for the Holy Paladin, like I said with that Ido, is like Hand of Adal, the Call of Thresh Fleet. Is Ages of Light holy? You also got Armament. Consecration is holy too, right? It's not blank. My only issue is that something tells me that it will get cut early, just because it's an epic, and just because it may not be fast enough for a lot of people. But I think in Lanessa Paladin, this thing should have a home, and we'll probably have a very good time there. Next up, we got Thresh Rider's Blessing, a 5-mana holy spell, something that you could play with Creature of the Sacred Cave, that gives a friendly minion +4/+4, and Death Rattle, summon a random 4-cost minion. This is incredibly strong. If we even look at, like, Blessing of Kings, 4-mana 4/4, giving for 1 cost, for 1 mana, a Death Rattle to summon a random 4-cost minion. You could put this on, a 4-cost minion the next turn. On curve, you can get this, again, off a Creature of the Sacred Cave. That's your turn 4. There is so much good synergy, so much good from this card, and I'm saddened that I think that this won't get played as much because of its cost. Like, the 2 epics in this set for Paladin are very strong, but something tells me that they're just not going to last. They are incredibly good together. In Ido and Lanessa Paladin, this mid-range gas, this is just straight up good. I hope that it actually gets to, like, get worked into good decks. I hope that it doesn't get wasted until the mini set. These 2 are great. And this one especially, I think is, like, the proper number 1 of this set from Paladin. I get the quest is there. This thing is good. It's just too good. Next up, Violet Treasuregill. I've already brought this one up. It's a 2-mana 1/2 with Battlecry. Cast a random spell from your deck that costs 2 or less, and it targets this if possible. So it's a cheaper end, Murloc synergistic of the Creature of the Sacred Cave, but it specifically plays a random spell, doesn't have to be holy, 2 or less. Hand of Adal, could be Aegis of Light, if you're going to throw this into your Bew Paladin because you're a freak. Or Submerged Map, even. Got a lot of good hits to go for. Strong Murloc. We'll definitely be running Murloc Paladin. I don't think it'll be seen in other decks yet, but hey, we got time. We got plenty of time to make new decks. And last but not least, in story card for the Paladin set, which is Story of Galvadon, to give a minion 3 random bonus effects. For 2 mana, I was really sleeping on this card when I first saw it. I don't think that it was that strong, because it's going on 1 minion, it's not like separating the bonus effects, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, there's a lot more to this card than I thought there would be. I really thought it was going to be a stinker. This is going to be run everywhere. Overall, for Paladin, I'm going to give it a high C. Very strong set. I just think that if aggro Murloc Paladin is not the super 52% mega strong, punch everything down deck that it needs to be to stay healthy in the meta, that Paladin falls off a cliff. Imbue Paladin, from what I could do, I've tried to make some Paladin decks with what we have here in standard and all that. Imbue Paladin doesn't have any real cards to swap out. It's a very solid deck now. And to me, while there are going to be a lot of new Paladin players doing Murloc Paladin because of either nostalgia or because it's the new thing, they might go back to Imbue Paladin if nothing changes. For some people, I think the next one might be even more fun. Which is me. It's me. I think that Hunter is going to be a fun class to play. I already have more than 2 decks for this. We're only going to go over 2 for each class, but Hunter has a strong offering with some stinks, some weak stinkers. I'm not happy about this, but we'll go over that. Let's start with the story of Karnasa. 2 mana, shuffle 10 1-cost 3/2 Raptors into your deck with Battlecry, draw a card. Could you imagine hitting the back-to-back-to-back on, turn 6, 7, having a whole board of 3/2s, like imps? Whoa! We're going to be talking about the story of Lakari 2 here in a bit. Strong card, love it. Don't think it's going to go into everything. Do think that it will be run in the mainline Quest Hunter, which I don't think it should, but I see people doing it just for fun. It is one of those cards that is going to be inconsistent on like how often you see it. I do think that this will be seeing play. Next up is Ravasar Matriarch, 4 mana, 5/4 beast with Kindred, deal damage to an enemy minion equal to this minion's attack. I think, legitimately, while this is supposed to go with the quest, this is poo-poo garbage for the deck. But Imbue Hunter might actually kind of like this card. It might. Does Imbue Hunter last in the meta? Probably not. It's already dead in the water. But this could give it back some power. I do think that this will be run in the mainline Quest Hunter. I don't think it's strong. I don't know what I don't see in it. It's just you might be asking for too much of me. This is Quest Hunter, the food chain. Quest, play a 1, 3, 5, and 7 attack beast, and your reward is Shock. Shock is a jungle tyrant. He's 5 mana, 9/9, and he has Rush. Battlecry, he gets a random 8, 6, and 4 attack beast, sets them to 2. At the moment, I'm not feeling a lot of good cards from Shock yet. Of course, I think that the tempo that Shock brings is going to be super strong. I think that Hunter is a very high reward, very low risk quest. The question is, can this Hunter set survive that long? Well, here's an idea. How about we throw in a junk card? I hate this card. I have it in my aggro Hunter, but I think that this is supposed to be for Quest Hunter, and I feel like it's anti-synergy. It's also 5 mana, which means that you're probably not playing it on 5 anyway. It's too late of a card. Like, if you're not already winning, you're not playing it. And if you are playing it while behind, you're taking too much damage. I don't think it's going to be run often. It is a good card somewhere. Man, but does it make me mad. It makes me mad. Next up, Patera Wing Ravager. 6 mana, 7/5 with Rush. Kindred costs 2 less. So a 4 mana, 7/5. So this will finish part of that food chain. It has Rush, but a 4 mana, 7/5. I've been thinking about this for a while. Something about this isn't great. I think that it having low health, high attack is, of course, the high damage stick, which is something that I had a problem with the Ravasar. It's a high damage stick. It does what it needs to. It just doesn't feel like it needs to be run in anything else other than mainline Quest Hunter. It just feels like it's there to fill out the deck to make it work. And I wish that it was just a 5/5, 5 mana. Like, there's something about this card that just seems too expensive, and the stats are too misaligned to make it feel welcomed in anything if Quest Hunter does not stand. Next up is Grazing Stegodon. 3 mana, 0/5. At the end of your turn, gain +1 attack, even while in hand or deck. I like him. I did not like him at first. I don't think he's a sleeper hit, mostly because if we think about the timing of when you get this stuff, so while he's in your deck, before you draw him, you finish turn 1, he's 1 attack. Turn 2, he's 1 attack. Turn 3, he's 2. 4, he's 3. So if you want to play this in your food chain, you're not going to be playing him on his curve turn if you drew into him or had him. You're going to have to wait until turn 4. I think he won't last. He's a good card, he's a good boy, but I don't think he lasts long. Next up is Dino Sitter. A 2-mana, 2/3. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a random beast in your hand by 1. Lovely card. I love these kinds of cards that just do at end of your turn, reduce a card specific by 1. I don't think it survives in the Quest Hunter deck, but in aggro or beast, it's definitely going to be seen. We're going to have to be looking at some contenders. It might be in the pool to get cut early on. Gives me off the I'm gonna be here whether you like it or not kind of card, you know? Next up is Cower in Fear. 2 mana. I didn't realize this doesn't have a tag. I thought it was nature. Man. Okay, well it doesn't really matter. 2 mana, Cower in Fear. Deal 3 damage to a minion. The next beast you play this turn costs 2 less. So no condition to kill the minion, even though you probably are going to kill a minion with this. But 2 mana to make the next beast you play cost 2 less could go hard. I think that this will be run. I think that this will be seen in the Questaline Hunter deck, and I think it might even be seen in the aggro deck. May not be that useful early, and may not be that useful late. Still gets run, still is a great effect. It may not last in the quest, but come back later. So we'll see. Next up is Odd Map. A 1 mana, discover an odd attack beast. If you play it this turn, also pick one of the others. Again, this is one of the ones that I think needs to be able to let me discover once, then twice, then third, get the last card. This is one of those things to me where I think that, every hunter is going to be running this. It doesn't matter if it needs the beasts or not. They're just, grab me that, maybe I'd be able to play it, grab me the other one that's, insane. This one, to me, is the best map. With that, we're down to my favorite legendary, I think, of the entire expansion. And I've already cooked up an idea. Neria the Crater, a 3 mana, 2/5 boy, who, whenever you play a 1-cost minion, double his stats, and whenever you cast a 1-cost spell, cast it twice. Amazing. Probably not viable in the long term, but I'm making this work. There is just too many ways for me to make this little egg-style hunter deck, right? It's not going to be with eggs because the eggs are 0 attack, but you know what I mean, like a cute lock style, cute hunter. This is going to be fun. And with Dino Sitter, you can actually get a couple of your beasts to go down in cost, maybe down to 1 cost if you're playing on low margin, with the 2 mana or 3 mana beasts. Maybe you have, even like the Patera Wing, you get that down a couple of times too. This could go crazy. And the 1-cost spells, I've already looked at it. There's not many good ones. But the fact that I can cast Arcane Shot twice to deal 4 for 1 mana, yeah, it's just gonna be a fun, wacky legendary that I think sees some play. All in all, I'm putting Hunter around the same place as the Paladin, only because I think that for what it's worth, we're not gonna be seeing much. I think we're just not gonna be seeing a lot of support with this set. In the mini set, it might give us some more beasts, but I just overall think that this is a strong, take it, use it, and then after that people go well, I don't have any card draw, I don't have any choices besides just draw into what I need, instead of the, correct thing for a lot of these quests, which is just having an overload of every single piece to make it work. Shock is a good reward, no matter what. So we're going to move on to Warlock. Escape the Underfell. The Warlock quest requires you to play 6 temporary cards, and you get the Underfell Rift. Now, what does the Underfell Rift do? Well, you open a rift to the Underfell, and if you throw a card in it, you summon 2 random fell beasts once per turn. I get it. Be too strong if I can throw in all my cards into it and summon boards of it, but man, does it make me feel sad that I can't just dunk 3 cards into this and go for my chances of Fell Screamer, the 5 mana 5/3 rush with Lifesteal, the Fell Raptor, the 5 mana 4/4 with Charge and Elusive, or the Fellhorn, the 5 mana 3/5 with Taunt and Reborn. I want to be able to throw in more cards than just one per turn. Because while I get it's 2 very strong minions and the chances of you getting Fell Raptor is 1 out of 3, like, you know, this is why you're not allowed to do it more than once. It has Charge. We do have a lot of ways to get more Fell Beasts without doing the quest, but, you know, you're going to want to play the quest if you want Fell Beasts. Strong quest, we'll go over the overall schematic of Warlock here in a second, but yeah, no other notes really, it's pretty good. Next up we have Death Rot Maw, a 6 mana 2/8 with Taunt, Death Rattle, summon a random Fell Beast. So, a weak minion overall. A 6 mana 2/8 is very high cost, but it does summon a 5 mana. I want to see if there's a way to trigger the Death Rattle. We can do it with Umbra after the fact. I think he's going to be run for a bit. He might get cut early just because he is a lot of like sunk cost into it. Next up is Blood Petal Biome, a 1 mana location that discovers a temporary 1 cost minion. Now I like this because this means that, you know, like you could do with the Druid spell damage before it got nerfed with the Dollhouse, play the quest on turn 1, use this and the minion on turn 2. So it works out on curve 2. It's a good location. Next up, we have Tunnel Terror, a 3 mana 4/3 with Death Rattle. Get 2 random temporary 2-cost minions. Oh, this is a good card for the Warlock. I think that it does have a chance to be used, and it's a good little guy. I think he will have some time in the sun. But after the mini set, probably gets removed for something a little bit more stable. Next up, we have Spelunker. Spelunker is a 2 mana 2/3 battlecry. Your next temporary card costs 2 less. It will be run. I just don't think he lasts. I think that he's fine. Technically, he's a 0 mana 2/3, which of course will make everybody go, yep, this is it. Put him in. It's just so much setup to him that I don't think he needs to necessarily stay in the deck overall. He will be used. Might get cut over time with better temporary card support, or maybe no temporary card support, and he's just a silly little guy at 2 mana. Next up is Cursed Catacombs. 0 mana Fell Spell. Discover a minion from your deck and make it temporary. This is on the level of Aquatic Form. In that, I think that this is a perfect 5-star card. In terms of flavor, balance, and viability, this will be used for the rest of the Warlock cycle in Standard. This is just look at the minion in my hand, like in my deck, and choose the right one. Only thing about this card is that you have to play it late. Even then, this is a strong contender for the top card of the overall set. There is just too much about this card that I love, too much about it that makes it too good. It being free is one of them. Very strong, good card, and I love it. Next up is Whispering Stone. I don't know why I said it like that. 5 mana, 0/8 with Taunt. Death Rattle, get 2 random Fell spells. They cost health instead of mana. Well, I don't gotta worry about health if I get that 0 mana Cursed Catacombs, am I right? I hate this card. 5 mana is just too much, and it is such a boring card in terms of what it has to offer. 5 mana is just too much. It will not be seen in other decks. Maybe you get some sort of shenanigans where you can get lucky with it says 2 random Fell spells. I don't think it'll be just Warlock, so you could get some Demon Hunter. Yeah, this needs to just go down in price. I would love to see this shine. It's not shining yet. Next up, Story of Lakari. 7 mana, at the end of your turn, discard a card and fill your board with 3/2 imps, last 3 turns. So these are just, you know, the original Nether imps from the discard quest from Ungoro. I don't like that I have to discard a card to fill my board with 3/2 imps, because 7 mana costs to summon 21/14 in stats. I don't know about you, but we've already gotten to a point where there's so many ways to destroy a whole board in like 4 mana, 6 mana, that this is not enough pressure in time. It's 3 turns, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a good aura effect, but for me to discard a card, I can't choose it. Like, I don't know, especially if I'm running the Fel portal, which means I only get 6. Or maybe even get 4 because, you know, I already have my 2 Fel beasts on the board. There's reasons to love this card and reasons to not love this card. Next up is Caustic Fumes, a 4 mana, destroy a minion, Kindred, deal 2 damage to all minions. This Kindred is Fel. There's not a lot of good Fel Warlock spells, and I have looked. To me, this should be fine to run in, like, you know, control Warlock style decks. If this gets run, it's because there's another Fel spell that comes out in the mini set that makes it more viable. But I had not been able to successfully, like, sit down and go, Fel Warlock, let's do it. But maybe, you know, when the expansion comes out and I get a little bit more time to theory craft and make more content out of, you know, some other decks that I have in mind, maybe we make it work. Last but not least in Warlock is every Redditor's nightmare. 4 mana, 7/7, Razadier. Battlecry, discard a random card from your hand, but if you've played a demon or a beast last turn, Kindred your opponent's hand instead. You're going to discard one of their cards. Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun to have a 4 mana 7/7 with technically a downside, but it's actually an upside? This is great. I saw a lot of people hating on it. Hi, kitty. I see a lot of people hating on it, but there's a lot of things to love about it just working for you too. Of course, discarding a card in your own hand sucks, like, because you can't choose it and all that. You can play Tunnel Terror on turn 3, this on turn 4 instead of your temporaries if you don't want to, or if it lives, and boom, you've just potentially hit their biggest minions. So, it's a good disruptor. I don't have any other notes. It is a great card, and I love it. I've seen so many people hate on it because it's a 4 mana 7/7 with an upside. I love when people get mad about stuff like this. Overall, good class for the set. There's a couple of things missing, in my opinion. I do think that we should have gone some sort of support with Dark Gifts specifically. Not necessarily Dark Gifts in total, but like maybe a way to draw out other cards in the deck. But again, offering a new meta is, of course, what's more important, and this has the potential to take over current Warlock decks. I don't know if the Death Rattle Warlock, the stupid one with the Archdruid that does the cycling through like 20 cards, Death Rattle 3-4 times in a row, I don't know if that's gonna be able to get any support from here. I don't like that deck and I don't want to use it. But I mean, maybe with that Fel Beast Maw, maybe. I gave this class early on, and I still do. I give this class a B. There's just too much going on that is just good. There is 2 to 3 stinkers, in my opinion. But they're not stinkers because I don't think they'll ever see play. They're stinkers because I don't see value in them. But other people will, and other people will make it work. We're going to skip the neutrals for now. We're going to speed run them later. And we're going to go to, arguably, the weakest quest out there. Second weakest, probably, if you think of Death Knight, but I'll explain. 1 mana quest for Demon Hunter, Unleash the Colossus. Deal exactly 2 damage to an enemy minion on your turn 15 times to get the Garashi Colossus, which is a 5 mana 8/8. For the rest of the game, whenever you deal exactly 2 damage to an enemy, deal 2 more. I like the quest idea. Before we get into anything else about the overall deck, I love the quest idea. And I hope that Demon Hunter gets to have more time in the sun that isn't just one flavor style deck fillings that we get where, oh, yep, here's your crewmate package. Use that for the rest of your life. Oh, here's the random Fel package. Use that for the rest of your life. Just, hopefully this does change the course of Demon Hunter. But with the rest of the cards we're going to be talking about, there's not much to do with it. So next up, we got Infestation. A 2 mana. No, I keep thinking that this one had a tribe. There's your Grub. And Garashi Stinger's 1 cost, deal 2 damage, and summon a 2/1 Grub with Rush. Amazing card. I think that this gets run in other decks besides the main quest line. This is going to go into the deck. This is going to go into Demon Hunter for the amount of time the Demon Hunter gets to live. But I hope that this one cease playing long after the quest is done, because it's a lot of value. Next up, we got Garashi Tunneler. 3 mana, 2/4 with stealth. After this attacks, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. A lot of people say that this is, like, has stealth Wind Fury because, oh, it deals 2 damage to the enemy hero. I don't see it. To me, one of those cards that you wait until after you get the quest reward done and then you use it, even though it's going to be technically viable, better to do to play it first to advance the quest. Very strong. I love him. I just think that you may not be able to use him much. Good card. Don't know how much I actually like him, but he will be seen in the deck. Insect Claw. 3 mana, 2/2 weapon. After your hero attacks, summon a 2/1 grub with Rush. So, again, more ways to get the grubs going, getting the attacks in, getting the 2 damage in. I love this weapon. I like that it is in the curve for infestation. I like that it's, able to keep ramping up the damage of the 2 mana, the 2 damage, 2 attack stuff. It's going to be good. It's way better than RC Controller, in my opinion, too. So, all in all, I think that this one's going to be seen plenty of times. Next up is Garishi Wasp. 6 mana, 2/8 beast. Whenever this takes damage, get a 1-cost stinger. And again, the stinger does the deal 2 with the 2/1 grub with Rush. What do I do? What do I say? How do I act when this thing is in front of me? It not having taunt, I wish that this had something else, man. Divine Shield may be too strong, like just to cover 1 damage. I like the card, I really do. Something tells me that it's just too slow or just not enough immediate board impact to do much. One that does have immediate board impact, am I right, fellas? A 5 mana, 5/2 Slithered Queen with Rush, and if you played a beast beforehand, you get 5 attack on your hero this turn. Whoa! What are you doing here? I need 2 attack. I need 2 damage. What is this? This does not work in the Wasp Demon Hunter. It could work in an attack Demon Hunter. I have not experimented with that in a while. But, why? Why would I ever play this in my Wasp Demon Hunter when I need to get something better? And at 5 mana, I'm already thinking about overcommitting with other cheap things. If this is my curve 5 mana minion, I'm losing my 5 mana minion. It's strong. It's there. But it's the wrong ingredient. It makes the dish taste a little funky. The dish is overall still fine. You just threw in the wrong thing. If it was a 2 mana, 2/2 rush and give your hero +2 attack this turn, and it's a queen, so I get that it needs to be stronger, whatever. It's just out of the deck that I think it should be in. We'll see. Next up is Bug Squasher, a 4 mana 5/3 with Battlecry, deal 6 damage to an enemy minion with a minion type. Deal 6 damage to an enemy minion. Most of the quests and decks that we're gonna be seeing here are going to be running specific minion types. So this is a 4 mana deal 6 to a minion. It will be run. It's a good card. I think Demon Hunter needs something like this. This is a great card. Going to be used. Love it. Nothing else wrong with it. Hive Map. 1 mana. Discover a Fel spell. If you play this turn, also pick one of the others. Demon Hunter has a lot of good Fel spells. My issue with this is that, again, not being able to get all 3 is a skill issue from Blizzard. There's no Kindred for Fel Demon Hunter. This will be run in Wild, right? Because Jace is good. But yeah, this is gonna be ran for a bit. Probably not gonna last long, but it will be seen. Next up is Fumigate. 2 mana, Fel, deal 3 damage to a minion and minions of all the same minion type. This is gonna be ran. This is gonna be found in Hive Map and probably will be used well. Good card. 2 mana, deal 3 to a minion, honestly, is already the fine thing to do. This against Murloc Paladin, this against, even mirror matches will be very fun to play with. So, Undead Priest, I think, also has a chance to come back with the one card we'll talk about. But, I like it. Still not enough to push Demon Hunter. But you know what makes me think good, positive vibes about Demon Hunter? A 9 mana, 7/7 Etymologist Toru. Battlecry, put each minion in your hand into 0/1 jars that cost 1. Break them to release the minions. The specimen jars release, well, it says nothing, but it will be the minion that you have. And I heard that it was supposed to be 6 mana and it was too busted. That would have been too much. 7 mana, so I could play something like Fumigate. Is this even? Nah. I thought I had to imagine it just glass. No, but like it having to be 9 mana, meaning that there's only like so many ways to get it broken on the same turn that you play it. There are also 1-cost jars, which means you have to play them out, so you can't just get all them out on the same turn. Makes me wish that this was just a little bit more pushed. Maybe 7 would be too much. 8 mana might be not enough. With that, my overall thoughts about the Demon Hunter set is that it's so close to being a great deck. I feel like the only few good cards here are outside of the realm of the quest, because they're just strong tempo, strong value cards. Demon Hunter did that well here. I just don't think the class is here to stick. I'd honestly be surprised if Demon Hunter gets this to tier 2. Maybe it gets to tier 2, like for a bit, but this is gonna fall back down. This might be my only D class from the entire set. And that's disappointing because legitimately, if this class set is D, I'm feeling great. It's still a great deck. There's still a great way to make this work. It's just not pushed. It's just not pushed yet. Maybe in the neutral setups, maybe we'll find something good. But with just looking at these for now, I don't think it's enough to make this deck run. Next up, we have Druid, and I like the Druid set here. It's all about eggs. It's cute Druid. What's not to love? But we'll get to that. Let's talk about more of the big Druid stuff. Story of Barnabas. 2 mana, draw a minion. If it has 5 or more attack, give it +5 health and gain 5 armor. I looked around to make a big Druid deck before starting, all of this stuff on the weekend. And I don't know. There's not much to do here. I think it will be run in that big Druid deck with the legendary that we'll talk about. 1 out of 3 chance to hit, and it will be useful, especially if you hit taunts. Let's go to the legendary real quick, though. That's not the legendary. I mean, hold on. Let me not misspeak here. That is a legendary, but this is the legendary I was talking about. Loa, the Living Legend. 7 mana, 5/5 with Battlecry. Your minions cost 5 this game. Amazing idea. And honestly, playing this with your Sarah Druid, Dragon Druid, whatever, might actually be a better play than I imagine. But again, if this is, the Story of Barnabas and you draw this guy, cool, 5/10 that gives you 5 armor, whatever. Yeah, it'll work. I looked around for the big Druid stuff, and I don't know if it will be fun or viable. And like 7 mana, do nothing besides make your minions cost 5, unless you're playing New Heights and your Sarah, which you should. But unless you're already into like the 11-12 mana range, this ain't doing much unless you could play something next to it. So we'll see. Next up is the quest for Druid. Restore the Wild. Fill your board on 3 of your turns to get the Everbloom. And the Everbloom is a weapon that after your hero attacks, give your minions +2/+2. This is Savage Roar on a stick 5 times. And I like that. It's a very strong quest reward. In fact, probably one of the better ones. This is a good one, though, and we will start getting into the cards that make this strong. First up, we have Hybridization, a 5 mana nature spell, which is to draw a 1, 2, 3, and 4 cost minion. Kindred, they cost 1 less, so it'd actually be 0, 1, 2, and 3. That is good. That is pretty good. Now, 5 mana might be steep in the current meta for the quest itself, but again, drawing these in a row and making them cost 1 less means that for 5 mana, you draw out the curve that it made, and now you make a new curve that lets you technically play 1 for free. Will definitely have some impact. Next up, Hatchery Helper, a 3 mana 2/3 with Battlecries. Give your other minions with 2 or less attack +1/+2 and taunt. This reminds me of Flash Sale from Paladin, which summons the Anoyatron 1/2 with Taunt and Divine Shield, and then it gives your minions +1/+2. Reminds me of the Herald of Nature 2. This is a great card. Will be used. Will be run. Next up, we have Sky Screamer Eggs, a 3-mana 0/2 with Death Rattle, summon 4 2/1 hatchlings. Amazing. I think it's Vibrant Squirrel was the card, and it's in core still. Immediate impact for it if you break it. And I love that. I love the 2/1 squirrels, and I love the 2/1 hatchlings. This will fill up your board immediate. And if there is any ways to trigger this Death Rattle, like just while it's sitting, it would be great. I don't know if there is. I can't remember off the top of my head, and Umbra might be too late. But this does make me feel good about Quest Druid being able to stick long term. Especially with the next card, Ravenous Flock, a 2-mana aura sigil. At the start of your next turn, summon 3 2/1 hatchlings. So it summons the same ideas from the eggs. You could play this on curve where you play this, and then this, and now you got, hopefully if you can pop that egg, you could probably get a full board to start, and you got Hatchery Helper to make these into 3/3s with Taunt. Very good cards in this little synergy package for Flood Druid. And Druid was very good at flooding. Treant Druid, Drum Circle shenanigans were very much... This is going to be a great time. Next up, we have trees! No bees this time, no zombies this time. Just the trees. 5 mana, choose a minion, summon 4 2/2 treants that attack it. Now, I did think about this. Imagine we can get this going on turn 8, where you summon the trees... Maybe 1, 2 of them die. You play this, and you draw 3 to 4 cards to refill your hand with the Everbloom. So now you have 4 4s, and you are pushing massive damage and new cards to play for the next turn. Somebody finds a way to make Treant Druid look a lot more appealing than just base Quest Druid. Maybe we'll see this played a lot more than I think. Next up is Life Cycle. A 1-mana nature spell, destroy a minion, summon a random minion of the same cost to replace it. Lovely card, simple. It's like Naturalize. Naturalize, you would destroy a minion, but you would give your opponent 2 cards. This, I don't know if you're going to actually be using it against the opponents. Of course, it's epic, and it's supposed to be used with that, like, I get to choose if I want to kill their minion and summon a new 8 cost to kill instead. This, to me, means that we're going to be dealing with people breaking their own eggs and summoning a 3 cost. I think that's what it's going to be used more for. So this might actually be used a lot more than I thought, but at the moment, like, it's an all-around just tightly knit card. Last but not least, Eternal Blood Petal. 4 mana 5/1, Death Rattle, summon a 0/1 Eternal Seedling, which then, if it dies, summons a Eternal Blood Petal. Wax Rager with a egg to break first. Does this get run more often than I think it should? Probably not. I do want to see this card used, and I, again, would love to see something like Umbra making a wacky version of this where I just board lock myself into 0/1 seedlings, or I summon a bunch of 5/1s and have a way to break the eggs. Overall for Druid, honestly, a very good set. Definitely will be one of the longer running quests in terms of like tier support. Maybe tier 1. It could be tier 1. I'm going to give this A. There's only so many things that make me feel iffy on. Specifically, Blood Petal is not a great minion to throw into this, even if it, like, is technically a dormant minion with the 0/1 seedling that you can use to like make a space. Trees is good to summon and make space, but again, it might be too much mana. Everything else about the package is strong. Story of Barnabas and Loa probably won't be running them, but there is ways to make Big Druid happen again. Dungar is dead. Maybe Loa makes it live. Honestly, I think Shaman might be one of my favorite scope concept designs for the set. First up, we have Volcanic Thrasher, a 2/3 elemental beast with Battlecry, draw a fire spell, and Kindred, give it +2 spell damage. I love that this is an elemental too, because for me, I think I might actually make an elemental deck with this. Like, a separate elemental shaman, like we used to have, is specifically about getting the fire Shaman going. I wish that this was in Mage too, but you know, we can't have everything. Very good card. I love it. Very cute too. Gonna be run. Next up, we have Lava Flow, a 3-mana fire spell that you could draw with the Thrasher, which is deal 2 to the lowest health enemy 3 times. So 3 mana deal 6, and this could hit the face. This could hit a minion. This could do a lot. It's Overload 1, but honestly, with how much Overload is not really being like seen as a negative as much right now, because there's not many ways to break open Overload, not a lot of ways to unlock. But I'm seeing a lot of cards that do just Overload 1 and people just skip over it, because there's just a lot of good cards to play right now in Shaman, especially with the Imbue, where you can just, you know, not care about like, oh yeah, I overloaded for 1, but here's 2 mana, make a bigger minion. This will be run, maybe not in every deck for Shaman, but will definitely be like the one to choose in Discovers. Definitely. Next up, we have the quest for Shaman. Spirit of the Mountain. Play 7 minions of unique types to summon, well, to get Ashelon. Ridge Guardian. 5 mana, 8/8. Elemental Beast with Battlecry. Adapt twice for the rest of the game. Give minions you play those adaptations. So, Wind Fury, Divine Shield. Maybe you get +3 attack and Wind Fury. Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 plants. And +3 health. And is it +3 health in Taunt, or was it just +3 health and then Taunt was separate? Either way, I love this. I love this setup. It's just a lot of fun here. It may not be tier 1, tier 2 quest deck, but there's definitely some fun to be had in Shaman here. Next up is Bralma Searstone. 3 mana, 1/5. Not an elemental. Your elementals deal 1 extra damage. Amazing card. Amazing card outside of the fact that it's not an elemental. I wish it was, because then it would be a 3 mana 2/5, and I think that would have pushed this over the edge into a guaranteed territory. But because it isn't, I think that it might be too slow. But again, it's a great card to just play like as your finisher. You drop it down, you get all the damage in, and maybe you have something else happen with like Lamplighter or something, you know? But there is a lot to love in the elemental side of this Shaman package. This not being an elemental is my only gripe. Next up is Stagclaw, 5 mana 3/4 elemental dragon with Battlecry. Summon 2 2/1 sizzling ciders. With Kindred, trigger their death rattles. Now this is a collectible neutral minion, so you can play it like a Chaotic Tendril was, and it's a 1 mana 2/1 elemental with death rattle, deal 2 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. This is great. Overall, like a great card. It's a little on the weak side in terms of like sustainability for life, but I don't think that matters, because you're no matter what summoning the extra +2 health and an extra 4 attack, so it's really a 5 mana 7/6. It does go crazy dumb with Brahma. Stagclaw is gonna be seen, and I love it. Next up, 4 mana 2/5 Mechanized Magma. It's an elemental mech, which I don't think we had before, and if not, it's not often seen. Whenever you play a fire spell, gain stats equal to its cost. I don't know how to feel about it. It's gonna be great, you know, like you play a 2 mana fire spell, you play Lava Flow, you know, 5/8, 4/7. It's gonna be great. It's just, is this going to be run for like any other synergy besides I'm throwing it in to get the mech unique type? I would rather play like amalgam stuff, you know, to get that stuff. This is a fun card. I don't know how well it'll be run though. Next up is Sizzling Swarm, 6 mana fire spell with deal 3 damage and summon that many 2/1 Sizzling Ciders. So of course, I think that this is supposed to be ran with the Volcanic Thrasher to draw into this to deal 5 damage, to summon 5 of them. Everything about this is great, but it's a little steep, and I don't think this gets strictly run in the quest deck, and I don't think it gets strictly run in the elemental deck either, unless they're really struggling to make more cards, which they shouldn't. Next up is Cinderfin, a 2 mana 1/2 elemental murloc with death rattle. Summon a 2/1 sizzling cider. Simple curved minion to just drop down, gives you the murloc type. I love it. Murloc Shaman isn't really around anymore, but this would be running it in my opinion. And again, the Sizzling Ciders, having all of that stuff to just pop with Brahma and all that, I love it. I do love it. It's a great card. Flight of the Firehawk. 3 mana fire spell. Draw 2 minions of different minion types. Give them +2/+2. You're not done with your quest yet. 3 mana, draw 2 cards. Give them a bonus, and they help you out. Amazing. Nothing really wrong with this. This is just an Arcane Intellect that does more. And it's technically tutors, so what's not to love? Next up is Mountain Map. 1 mana, discover a minion with a type you haven't played, and if you play it this turn, also pick one of the others. So again, this helps you a lot, pushing that one that you need, and then the next one that you can take for later, or need now, again, all that stuff. Wish I could get all 3. Nothing wrong with how it is now. With that being said, I kind of went through Shaman pretty fast, because to me, one of the main thing about this package is how well it runs by itself without much input from what I'm talking about. Elemental Shaman, it's right there, and plenty of ways to make more Elemental Shaman support with the Asteroid, and with... There's another one that's currently in the standard, the blasting one that gives +1 attack to the Asteroids and all that. Amazing set of cards here. Another A-tier class. Something tells me that we will be seeing Shaman a lot in the set. Imbue Shaman, I don't think it's run as often here, but maybe there's a way to make these two together. Overall, I love everything about Shaman here. No notes. Moving on to the Mage set, we have a lot of very separate card setups here. I feel like they went for a lot and made nothing, or made very little. I guess not nothing. There's something about this that I love, and something about this that I don't love. Starting with Conjured Bookkeeper, 3 mana, 2/2, Death Rattle, draw a spell. Kindred, summon a copy of this. So you play, maybe you play a Flame Elemental, or maybe you play a Sizzling Cider if you have that in your deck, and either coin this out, or, you wait until turn 2 and do this turn 3. And it is 3 mana, 4/4 that draws 2 spells. Lovely inclusion into Elemental Shaman right now, Elemental Mage right now, but I don't know if Elemental Mage is any good ever since we lost Lava Searcher. Next up is Relic of Kings. 7 mana. Discover a spell from any class that costs 8 or more. It costs 1. This is Final Frontier, spell-oriented for Mage. And on 8 mana, you get to play that 8 cost plus spell for, free if it's 8 mana. But, if you play the 7 with coin, whatever. I like the card. I think Final Frontier was an amazing card. Plenty of good card class spells for 8+, so we'll see how that goes. Next up is Scrappy Scavenger. 1 mana, 1/1 Battlecry. Discover a card with cost equal to your remaining mana crystals. This is Resizing Pouch from Hunter and Druid on a minion. It's a 1-cost tax. I think Resizing Pouch was also a 1-cost tax, but this comes with a 1/1. It's a good tax card, and I like it. If Forbidden Shrine wasn't getting run because it was random, this might get run because it is choosable. 3 mana Arcane Spell. Storage Scuffle. Deal 3 damage to a minion, cause 0 if you discover this turn. So, what I like about this is that there's a lot of 1-2 discover choices in Mage, so you can do this as early as turn 2, or even turn 1 technically. But you can play this with the Primordial Glyph, you can play this with the Scrappy Scavenger. You got a lot of things to do with this to make it 0. And I like that it's 0 and not cost 1 like I-Beam, I wish it had Lifesteal, but that's not needed in Mage as much. 3 mana on its own is stupid, but it's really easy to discover in Mage, so this is almost always a 0 mana card. Next up is Story of the Waygate. 2 mana, take an extra turn. No. Imagine. 2 mana, reduce the cost of cards in your hand that didn't start in your deck by 1. I would have loved if this did, reduce the cost of cards that didn't start in your deck by 1 everywhere, hand and deck. At least 2 cards to make it feel good. I just don't know how much I love it. But, a 2 mana... make things cheaper in your hand, it's not going to be unused. It will definitely be ran, and I definitely do enjoy the card on its own. Next up is their quest for Mage, the Forbidden Sequence. Discover 8 cards, and your reward is the Origin Stone. After you discover a card, this card plays the weapon plays the other options, and it loses 1 durability. So you get to do this for 8 discovers again. So I like this a lot because you get to basically like play around with discovers you take first, and then you can get the discovers with this to just deal massive damage or do more things. Targets are going to be chosen randomly if you do like, fireball or something. But other than that, like, this is a great setup card. The quest itself, like, it's a set up your cards to go around, discover, and make a bunch of good choices as you go down. You won't run Khadgar here, at least until this is broken. But I think that you will be using this card, or at least this quest, more often than you think you would in Mage. I think Mage will probably be taking this card even if they're not building around it, just because they'll do it. Next up is Unearth Artifacts. 2 mana, summon a random 2-cost minion. If you discover this turn, summon a random 4-cost instead. So this is most of the time not going to be played on turn 2, unless you need to, but if you discover this turn as a 4-cost, on turn 3 or 4 even, this can be a lot of tempo. There's a lot of good 4-drops. It's definitely a good card. Vault Breaker, 3 mana, 2/4. After you discover a card, reduces cost by 1. We did have a card before called Dwarven Archaeologist. It did basically the same thing. This being a class card and it being a little bit easier to play around into your deck, I think we will be seeing more. A lot of good here to make Mage feel good too. Windswept Patron, I missed 2. I really thought we were up to the legendary already. 4 mana, 4/5 elemental. After you summon an elemental, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. This could be a great elemental mage setup. Pop off turn, goes crazy. Maybe there's ways to make your elementals cheaper. I would have to investigate again. This is going to be run. Holy shit, I forgot about this one. A lot of good cards to play with. And last but not least in Mage, Titanographer Osk. Gains a random Titan ability in your hand that changes each turn. And here are all the ideas that you can get. Whoa, you remember Titans? You love them too, right? Love the card. It's going to be a little weak. This is definitely a fun legendary, and I don't see it not being run when people want to have fun. I just think that it's so high variance that I can't give it an accurate thought of very high tier, very good, or very doggy, very bad. But at the moment, it doesn't feel like it goes into the current decks that I can think of, and it doesn't feel like it's a fun choice to add overall to your game plan. It's just a fun card. That being said, I think Mage is a very solid choice. Much like Paladin and Hunter, though, I think that it's going to stay at a C tier, but very high-end C tier. It could push to the B as the meta goes on. I have so many ways to make the quest run with every single one of these cards in some way. The issue, and the reason why I don't love it as much, is also kind of on that level. I'm not playing an Elemental Discover Mage, but I could. I'm not playing a high-cost, Casino Mage, but I would. There's just so many ways that I would do that. There's just too much to go with in Mage that makes it feel sloppy. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I just think that you're not going to be able to a specific deck out of this. I think that this is literally the melting pot class of this set. Literally 7 different ways to play this one card right here, and all of them are equally valid in some ways and equally bad in some ways. So let's see if I'm wrong. Let's see. I feel like every single one of these cards could get thrown into that deck, and I wouldn't be like, wow, what are you playing, man? What are you doing? Not many classes get to have that fun. The top half of the ones that I skipped, starting with Death Knight, Halomancy, 3 mana, 1 unholy rune, discover an undead, and spend 5 corpses to keep all 3 instead. A shadow card I don't think really matters in Death Knight, but, nice to have it. 3 mana, discover an undead is pretty bad. Spending 5 courses to gain 3 cards, I think is completely fine. I just don't think Unholy necessarily just, like, I don't think they care about having that much undeads. You know, like, I think that this card will be seen. I think it will be cut early. Whether or not the mana cost is the problem is not necessarily my concern. I just think that with how I feel like Death Knights are going to be going, we might not need this outside of the quest. The quest next? Yes, it is. Reanimate the Terror. 2 blood, 1 unholy. Spend 18 corpses to get Tyrax Bone Terror. Tyrax Bone Terror is a 5-mana 8/8 with Death Rattle. Open the grave of Terror, the Terror's grave. 5-mana 8/8 Death Rattle. 5-mana 8/8 Death Rattle. Open Terror's grave. It has Death Rattle. Resummon Tyrax, which is a location that deals 4 damage, and after it dies, resummons the Bone Terror. So it goes back and forth. It's a lot of setup. It is rather weak. I still think that it will be a fun quest deck, and I think that while this mana restriction and rune restriction is going to be annoying, I don't think that I'm going to not see this deck. Next up is High Cultist Haren. 8-mana 8/8. Battlecry, summon 2 Death Rattle minions from your deck, and they fight. I tried to make a high, big tier, but there is ways to make this work. I just think that it won't be seen much yet until we get another set of cards that make it feel like it's a little bit more impactful. But for now, an 8-mana 8/8 that technically summons 2 good things may not work out well. Reluctant Wrangler, 3-mana 1/1 with Reborn. Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 Undead Beast with Taunt. This is kind of strong. This is going to be the new Dreadhound Pirate, I think, in a lot of decks. It being runeless is also crazy strong. It's just a lot of value. And again, it's like you summon 2 2/2 taunts, so it's a 4/4, plus it's a 1/1, which means it'll break like Mermaid pretty easily. What's not to love? It's a lot of corpses and a lot of tempo. Reanimated the Terrax. Rush Lifesteal 4/3 Undead Beast. I said that out of order, but it doesn't matter because you don't have to spend any mana. It costs corpses instead of mana. So as long as you have 5 corpses on you, you could play this out on turn 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But you could probably get this out as early as turn 3 if you wanted to. And a 3-mana 4/3 with Russian Lifesteal is pretty good. Something tells me that this will be seen outside of the quest. Something tells me that this will be seen a lot in Death Knight. And again, discovering this off of Palomancy will be a very good option. Crypt Map. 1 mana, 2 Frost. Discover a Frost rune card. If you play this turn, also pick one of the others. Something I don't like about this map card is that it is rune locked. But again, it is a Frost rune card, and you get to choose another Frost rune card. So I understand. It being 2 does mean that you won't be playing this in Rainbow, which I feel like it would have been a lot better to have in Rainbow. But as it stands, without knowing how Frost Death Knight is going, I don't know how well this can run. Next up is Bone Chill Stegodon. 6 mana, 6/3, 2 Frost. Death Rattle deals 6 damage to 3 random enemies. This is strong. Umbra will be used in this Frost Death Knight. I really like the card. I just think that it should be a little bit more pushed. Taunt, 6/4, or maybe a 5-mana 4/3. Something to make me play it a little bit sooner and make a little bit more effort out of it. But for now, I think that if Frost Death Knight actually has the chops to be triple Frost, like, viable, maybe this is actually better than I thought. Dread Raptor, 4 mana, 3/4, 1 Frost, 1 Unholy, which means you probably won't be running this in the Frost deck if you're doing triple. But at Battlecry, draw a Death Rattle minion that costs 3 or less. Kindred, so if you play an Undead or Beast beforehand, it costs 0. Very good. It's very good, because it could be a 4 mana, draw 3 or less, 0 cost Death Rattle minion. And you can get the Reluctant Wrangler. You can get, I think there's a couple of cards that are good for neutral. Like, I would assume Blood Mage Thanos is just in the back of my mind now, but we can make other choices here soon. We'll see. Next up is Cryo Sleep. 4 mana, 2 Frost, deal 4 damage and draw a card. Kindred, draw another. It's alright. I don't get cryo sleep with the name. I saw that somebody said that on Reddit, where it's like, oh, that if I thought about a card and I thought cryo sleep, I would have thought it would have frozen, would have thought it would have summoned something else. Like, I get it. I just don't like the card that much. 4 mana deal 4 is really over costed. In sure, drawing a card is fine, especially drawing 2, but 4 mana is really steep just to draw 2 anyway. Maybe it gets ran still, but I feel like I can find a lot more usable cards than this. Last up, though, is an insane card in my opinion. And I wish, again, that it was either 2 Frost or 2 Frost, 1 Unholy. But I guess it doesn't really matter when you're doing everything else for the Frost archetype here. Wave of Tar. Deal 4 mana, sorry. Wave of Tar. 4 mana, 1 Frost, 1 Unholy. Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Enemy minions cost 2 more next turn. This is, in my opinion, if I look at this in my view, 2 mana Consecration. Because that extra extra 2 mana tax on the enemy minions is worth this price. You could have made this 5 mana, and I still think it's worth the price. This is an insane controlling card that I don't think will not get run. And the only reason it won't get a run in other Death Knight decks is because of the restriction that it has. But I think Rainbow would want this, I think Frost would want this, and that this is a serious card to break Triple Frost off. To the point that I legitimately think that this is the other 5-star card in the set. It may not be that, but it is to me. The 2 mana cost tax is a crazy thing that if you're good at the game, it's a high ceiling to have like the knowledge of this, but it's a high ceiling card to go play it now. Oh my goodness, I just ruined your entire setup for at least 2 turns, because your turn will end and then it's my turn, and now you have to try to play your thing again without any of your minions, or maybe I actually was able to protect myself. Amazing set of cards from Death Knight. I can only think of one stinker, and sadly it is the legendary. The quest, while I think it is a little slow, is instant, or at least consistent value, to a point that I don't think is actually a bad quest like people are saying. I still think that it's not bottom tier like Demon Hunter. Maybe it's better than Hunter at the end of the day. Maybe not, but this is an S tier, straight up, this is an S tier class, again. Everything here has a home in where it's going. There's no ruined card here that I feel like gets left out. Maybe Cryo Sleep, but I don't think that Cryo Sleep wouldn't be run in a 2 Frost setup, because again, if you can't triple Frost, then there's no reason to like not bring it in, because you're going to have so many Frost cards in your 2 Frost, 1 Unholy setup. Aeron work with the Bone Chill Stegodon and something else like Awakener Souls. 2 Blood on 1 Unholy I think is a good synergy as is. With the quest it's going to be even better. Frost Death Knight is way better than I thought it was going to be, and the quest Death Knight will probably be very strong. The only negative I have is that 2 of these cards just don't feel proper yet. Even then, they're strong. Next up, we have Priest. First up, we have Grave Dawn Sunbloom, a holy spell. Draw 2 cards, but if you played a holy spell last turn, this costs 2 less, so it's actually 2 mana, draw 2. That was not to love about it. It's a lot up front, again, if you don't get to play the holy spell, but there's a lot of ways to get the holy spell. Like, you're playing Priest, and if you're playing the quest, which we'll get to, you definitely have a lot of 2 mana, 1 mana even. Very strong. The opposite one of it is 4 mana as well. Shadow, Grave Dawn Void Bulb. Summon a random 4-cost minion and give it Taunt. Kindred, do it again. Lovely. Again, if you play a Shadow spell before it on turn 3, you get to have 2 4-cost minions with Taunt. A lot of 4-cost minions in the set here to summon randomly. Giving it Taunt's a nice bonus, and again, 4 mana to summon a 4-cost with Taunt. Doing this, that I feel like 4 mana to summon a 4-cost with Taunt, yeah, the variance is high, but like, most of the time you're hitting fine. Getting 8 mana value in 4 just for playing a Shadow last turn, it's going to be great. 3 mana, 3/4, Twilight Mender. Death Rattle, get a random Holy and Shadow spell. I like this card. I think that he is completely fair. I don't know what else to say about it. It not having a tribe is probably unneeded, but we will get into a card that does come up that I think that would be nice to like summon with this. Good card. Glade Ecologist. Glade Ecologist. 1 mana, 2/1, Death Rattle, get a 1-cost Holy spell that gives a minion +2 or -2 health. And the Purifying Vines is a 1 mana spell. Choose a minion. If it's friendly, give it +2, and if it's an enemy, give it -2. Holy spell, so if you need this to, you know, play on turn 3 to do your, or I guess even if you play this, it dies, you use this, and then turn 3 you get to draw the 2 cards with the Sunbloom. This is a great minion. I love him. Glade Song Siren. 6 mana, 4/7 with Lifesteal. Cost 1 if you've played a Holy and a Shadow spell this turn. It's a Naga, so not much necessity synergy, like in immediate, I guess, in Priest. But this does a lot of good in Priest. I don't know how often you're going to be able to play like an early Holy and Shadow spell in one turn. I think Thriving the Shadows is still around, so that's 2 mana, and then you can play that Holy spell. So this could come out as early as turn 4. I guess turn 3 with the coin, but let's just go with turn 4, because you can do Thriving the Shadows, hit a minion with the Holy spell, play this, you're good. 1 mana, 4/7. But how often this gets played, it really comes down to if the quest gets played often. Reach Equilibrium. Quest, cast 5 Holy spells, and you get Life's Breath. And the other side of the quest, cast 5 Shadow spells, and your reward is Death Touch. So you get Life's Breath if you play 5 Holy spells. Summon a copy of this. It's a taunt 4/4. Now if you hold the other half, which is the Death's Touch, you have Reborn, and Death Rattle deal 5 damage to an enemy minion. So if you have them together, it's a taunt with Reborn, Battle Cry, summon a copy of this, Death Rattle, they deal 5 to a random enemy. You get 2 of those. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. And with that, Resuscitate. I wanted to get back to this one real quick. Resurrect a 1, 2, and 3 cost minion. Give them Reborn. A very fine card. A little bit overpriced, but I think that it will be run, and I do think it will be strong. Nothing else to say about it. It's Shadow too, so it'll be run in other ways in the main deck, but this can also be ran in Aggro Priest, and I like it. Next up is the Story of Amara. 10 mana, set your hero's health to 40. I think that the 10 mana cost is very steep. I really do think that it should be 8, but I get why setting your hero's health to 40 after somebody just beat you down all the way and you survive till turn 10 to do this could be aggravating. Doing it twice is even funnier. I think it needs a Holy Tag. Other than that, I wish that it was a slightly cheaper card. I like it though. Shadow, 7 mana, 7/7 with Lifesteal. Whenever you heal an enemy, this attacks it. So very anti-synergy for you. You know, you heal it for 2, you know, like with your hero power. This deals it for 7. It's technically 5, but you heal 7, so if you need the health. I need to theory craft and look at other smarter people about this, but there are some decks that I've seen on Reddit that are crazy strong with the cooking of this. There are ways to make this with bandages from the Careless Crafter. He's a little strange on the cost, but he's all right. And last but not least is Arcanos? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. 3 mana, 1/6 beast. Whenever another friendly minion attacks, set its health equal to this minion's health. I don't know why this card is in this set. It really throws off the rest of everything else. This reminds me of Pelagos. I forget what Pelagos does, but it was also a 3 mana, 1/6 if I'm not mistaken. This just feels like they needed to make a card and put it in. This has to come in the mini set. I don't know what it does now. It feels out of place in Priest. That being said, everything else about Priest's package is very strong, very fun, and I love it. Priest right now has a very consistent problem of just kind of being the class that has like a week to shine. Priest has the main problem for me that you can't run too many specific cards in it. It's always like I'm either going to copy your stuff or I'm going to, with Fishing Priest right now, has no real card in this besides Resuscitate, you know? This is a deck that Priest can take and actually enjoy. It's good enough to make Priest actually have something to care about, but I don't see it being the hit. What I do see being the hit might actually be that Heal Priest if it is as obnoxious as I've seen it, but we'll see how it goes. Everything about this set of cards is great, tightly knit. It makes Priest finally have a deck that feels like Priest, whereas currently right now there's only so many deck variants of Priest, and the two that are very popular I feel like don't feel like Priest at all. Next up is Warrior. Enter the Lost City. The quest is just to survive for 10 turns. Get to the point where that Priest can play Historia of Amara, and you get Latorvius, Gaze of the City. What does that do? Well, it's a 5-mana 8/8 giant building that gives you 2 of the quest rewards from the original Journey to Ongoro quests. You get the rest of them in your deck. There's a lot of good here. It's very high variance, but Warrior needs to be a little bit more funky. Next up is a very strong weapon. 3 mana 2/2 Axe of the Forefathers. After your hero attacks, deal 1 damage to all minions. So this technically deals 4, but again, 2 sets of Whirlwind for 3 mana on a 2/2 weapon, I think it's very strong, and I think will be seen not just in the Quest Warrior, but will be seen in other mid-range warriors. This could even bring back Damage Warrior. I don't know if that's still viable, but like, Enraged Warrior would love this card. Whirlwind on a stick twice? Come on. That's too much to pass up. Next up is Story of Sulfuras. 5 mana, fire spell. Swap your hero power to deal a damage to a random enemy. After 2 uses, swap it back. So this is basically Metamorphosis. It's random, which I don't like too much. This only having 2 uses kind of sucks, and I mean, imagine you have already played Sulfuras from the last thing, from the Latorvius. Clunky on price, but I think it'll be Fortify. 3 mana, gain 3 armor, deal damage equal to your armor to an enemy minion. This is the new Shield Slam to run. Shield Slam is not in Warrior at the moment, is it not? It is still ran. This, for an extra 2 mana, you gain the armor first to deal a damage. I think that this will be run. I just don't think that, at the moment, this is better than Shield Slam. I just overall think that this is a good card, and it will see play. Just, you know, it was unneeded overall, like, in the deal more to an enemy minion stuff, you know? Windpeak Worm. 8 mana, 6/6 dragon. Battlecry, deal 5 damage and gain 5 armor. Kindred, this costs 3 less, so it will be a 5 mana, 6/6. I didn't think of any dragons off the top of my head that's 4 mana, and Dragon Warrior wasn't that strong. However, this could bring it back. I still think that I like Dragon Warrior's setup. I love their cards from the last set, and this is a good setup. Like, this is a good setup card for the next 2 turns to set you up into playing Isandre. We'll see if this brings back Dragon Warrior. Next up, Latorvian Armorer. 3 mana, 3/3, Battlecry, deal 2 damage to an enemy minion, and if it dies, gain 5 armor. A great deal 2 damage minion. This is amazing. You could do this on turn 6 with this and Fortify to deal 8 damage to something if you need to. He's a very strong minion on his own, but dealing 2 damage to an enemy minion to gain 5 armor is just good. It's just good. Solid. Shell NATO, not a fire spell. 4 mana, spend up to 5 armor. For each spent, deal 1 damage to all minions. So 4 mana, deal 5 damage to all minions. This is a great control card. You will have the resources on stuff like Fortify on the turn previous to deal 3 damage to everything if you don't lose any of your armor. You will have the ability to, you know, gain a lot of armor in Warrior. That I think that this is just too solid to pass up on any deck. Next up is City Defenses. 4 mana, summon 2/06 security guards with taunt, and every time they take damage, they gain 1 attack. I don't know how to feel, because I feel like this being 4 mana to summon 0/12 is whatever. And again, this is just to survive longer. I just don't see the card living longer than the deck itself. So it might be gone after the honeymoon phase. Everything else about it, though, is very fun. I like it, and it fits Warrior a lot. I love the idea of Enraged Warrior coming back with like all of the Shell NATO and the deal damage with this Axe of the Forefathers, making them a little bit more of a attacking taunt. You know, making them a little bit more aggressive on your time instead. There's stuff to love about it. Next up is Stonecarver, something that you should play with those city defenses after you've attacked with your axe. It's a 1/4, 2 mana. At the end of your turn, give a random friendly damaged minion +2/+2. Fun fact, this technically can go on itself too, if you heard it. So again, you play this down, you know, let it live, hopefully it lives. Turn 3, you Axe of the Forefather, right now is at 3/5. That's good. That is good. I think all around, this being here in the Damaged Warrior, Enraged Warrior set, alongside the, you know, Survive Warrior set, this is a strong card, and it should be seen in most of the Warrior variants. I love it. Very fun, very good. And last but not least, Nablia? The Watcher, 6 mana, 5/7, Battlecry. Summon copies of your damaged minions, give the copies rush. So, I have an idea with this that we're going to go into later, but I'm feeling very strongly that this is a Exarch, what's his name? Exarch Amara or whatever, the guy that's the 5 mana, gives your minions basically Wind Fury after it attacks. So you play that, you Axe of the Forefather, you play this next turn, or I guess you would hold on to the Axe, whatever. You play this in the next turn after that guy gets dropped down, and you summon a copy of it, and you just deal all the big damage. I love it. It's such a good legendary. It is such a fun legendary. Overall, I think that this Warrior set is a fun gimmick. I think that the entire idea of just live, bro, makes it very intriguing as a set. And I did not think that it would be. Overall, I'm loving it. I'm feeling like McDonald's on this. In fact, we break down one of those arches, and we kind of like contort it. Yeah, this doesn't work. I give it a B. I give it a B. I don't think it's as strong as Druid's offerings. And what was the other one? Shaman? Shaman was the other A tier? Yeah, I don't know if it beats Shaman in terms of like synergy either. I think that everything feels good, everything looks good, but this quest will make or break like the fun factor, you know? Like, is it fun to just sit and survive until turn 10 and play the thing and potentially get Warp Gate and ruin the fun anyway? But we'll see. I think that this is a strong offering from Warrior, and there's a lot of things to do here, and we're gonna go crazy. Last but not least, the reason why this took so long to start making in the first place, Rogue coming out today for the rest of their cards. Starting with the Cultist map, a 2 mana shadow spell. Discover a card from your deck, and if you play this turn, also pick one of the others. One of my things about this card that I don't like is that it's 2 mana, not 1. Something tells me that it got tested, and it was just too easy to get, you know, like the other option really fast. Again, if you were able to get all 3 options, I think that this would have been a lot better and a lot more justified to be 2. It being 2 doesn't make any sense to me, loses the flavor of the other maps. I don't like it that much. But yes, you will be running this no matter what. Probably in other Rogue decks too. Just because of like academic espionage, which we'll get into, and the quest Rogue that we'll get into here right now. That is Rogue's quest this time around is called Lie in Wait. Quest is to shuffle cards into your deck 5 times, and you get Master Dusk. Master Dusk is a hero card that's 5 mana, gain 5 armor, Battlecry, summon 2 3/3 turtles with stealth that basically do the Anubarak thing where it returns back into your deck when they die instead of dying. Your new hero power is 1 mana, draw 2 that didn't start in your deck. And there's your Tortillion Ninjas. So basically every turn, if they die, boom, 1 mana, summon 6/6 of stats. In Wild, what's that, Stealth Arjuran Pirates, you know, the one that goes into the dredge? This would be amazing there, and I love the idea of that. But for now, we're going to look at the standard stuff. Next up is Interrogation, which shuffles 3 of these ninjas with stealth into your deck. For 2 mana? Are you kidding me? This is amazing. And again, you could draw this early. But this already finishes the quest almost. This is for 2 mana. You do turn 1, you do this turn 2, you're 3 out of 5. That's insane. And if you drew 1 or 2 of them into your deck, it's already done. Oh, well, maybe these don't. Maybe you gotta wait until you get Master Dust to make... Yeah, now shuffle, okay. Still, like, this is 3 out of 5 on turn 2. This is great. Next up is Knockback. 1 mana, deal 1 to a minion, improve for each time you shuffle cards into your deck. Already, this could be a deal 4 to a minion on turn 2 with the interrogation. Could probably get it up to, like, 6 or 7 before you feel like you're ready to use it. It's just another, like, you know, solid beat-down card, like a Shield Slam or something. It takes some setup. It's an epic, so it may not be around as often as I think it could, but it will definitely be seen often, and specifically Quest Rogue. Overall, I like the design of it. I like the idea of it. Just epic might be too much of a cost for a lot of people to throw in the current setup of the deck. There are a lot of ways to deal damage to minions, including using minions, so... Next up is Merchant of Legend. 1 mana, 1/2, Battlecry, discover a legendary minion, and then shuffle the other 2 into your deck. We're done with the quest by turn 3 here. Interrogation on turn 2, this on turn 3, Master Dusk with the coin, or if you wait until turn 5. You could be done with the Rogue's quest by turn 5, which is insane to think about. And I love that. And again, you can Shadow Step this and finish it there too. Like, there's just so much fun in Rogue. Underbrush Tracker. 7 mana, 5/5 with a rush. Costs 1 less for each time you shuffle cards into your deck. This can be a 4 mana 5/5, even a 3 mana 5/5 as early as turn 3. I love it. It's going to be run. It will be used. There's something about this, though, that makes me feel like it's going to go to 8 mana, and I don't think it'll be used there. It's definitely strong. Maybe too strong. But it will be seen. It like the Quest Rogue is already like tier 2 deck, minimum. Next up is Opu the Unseen. 6 mana, 6/4, with Battlecry, Combo, and Death Rattle, cast Fan of Knives. So deal 1 damage to all minions, enemy minions, and draw a card. You can do that at least twice here. You can probably play like Prep into this, and then, you know, use your spell that you're going to look for. And this draws you 2 cards too, even if you wanted to do that. And it does it again after. Like, amazing card. Amazing card. I love it. Never Set Weaponsmith. 4 mana, 5/4. Battlecry, get a random weapon from another class. Combo, give it +2 attack. This is something that I don't feel like fits into any current Rogue deck, but I like what it does. Just, again, like, I'm not discovering it, so I don't really care. And again, you're not going to play this without getting the combo, because there's a lot of, not junk weapons, but there's not a lot of necessity to, like, using, I don't know, Trusty Fishing Rod, or something that may have only 1 or 2 attack on it. Axe of the Forefathers might be against you. Getting the Defile Spear, I guess, is fine, but, like, again, you're Rogue, you have your own weapons to play. Maybe this doesn't get seen much. Maybe it does, and I'm just not looking at it too strongly, but at the moment, I don't see much of a need for it. Next up is a 3 mana shadow spell, Ambush Predators. Summon a 1/1 Spitter with stealth and poisonous. Kindred, do it again. So this is supposed to be like the Skitterer from, what is it, Druid, the Pestilent one. Stealth and poisonous is nice. Summoning 2 of them is great. I don't know if you can give anything rush like this just yet, but if you can, this is going to be a great card. I don't think it gets run into the current Quest Rogue. I think that this might be like, I don't even know if this gets into Psycho Rogue. This could be something that comes up later in the mini set. As of now, I don't see much of a need for it, but I do like it. Overall, I think that is a fine cost, fine effect. Doing multiple Shadow Steps or whatever, you know, like, getting able to Kindred this is pretty easy in Rogue. I don't know how much a stealth poisonous minion matters in Rogue right now. Next up is Eyes in the Sky. Sorry, I thought it was just 1 eye. 2 mana, 2/3. Battlecry, look at 3 cards in your enemy's deck. Pick 1 to put on top. Just a little bit of, you know, deck disruption. It's fine. I don't know if you would want to put this in the Quest Rogue. I don't know if this is going to be a necessity to, like, you know, do anti-synergy against your opponent. But there's something that, like, I just feel that we don't need it right now. Maybe, again, there's something that might be fun in the mini set where you get to yoink the top card of your opponent's deck. That'd be kind of funny. And having this as the combo for it could be a very fun play. As of right now, I don't think it's viable on its own in any current deck. But again, like if you're trying to set up like a cycle rogue turn setup, this could help as like the last card you play, just to see like, okay, you know what, before I get hit with your combo, let me see if I can mess with the combo. And that should be it for Rogue. We are done with all of the classes. And for me, Rogue honestly seems like the most fun, most easily finishable quest besides the Murloc one. But with that, something tells me that this isn't going to be that strong in terms of power level. I love the idea. I am definitely going to make a deck out of this with the academic espionage when we get to that portion of the video. But overall, my thoughts on Rogue is everything about the quest options for it, lovely. Everything that isn't built for the quest option, I'm giving this a B, strictly because I think it's on the same level of Warrior, where the gimmick is great, and I love that we have cards that can play into it, but at the moment, I cannot give it a strong, yes, push it, yes, go. Something tells me that it's not going to be that kind of card, or that kind of deck, even. We are done with all of the class cards, and now it's time to speedrun the neutrals. Are we ready to speedrun? Are we ready to speedrun all of these neutrals? Because I don't think that there's many good neutrals, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1. Questing Adventurer, 2/3. Battlecry, play a quest, deal 2 damage. Great, it's gonna be used. 4 mana, 4/4. Ancient Pterodax. Battlecry, choose to gain Stealth, Elusive, or Wind Fury. I don't know. Could be good. I think it's mid. Next up, Tortillion Storyteller. 2 mana, 1/2. At the end of your turn, give 1/1 to each friendly minion of a different type. I think we should get more Menagerie stuff. This is great in those decks. Don't think that is going to be run currently. Might come up in the mini set. It's okay. 7 mana, Umbra. We know this card already. Lovely card. Little expensive, but guess what? That's your decision to make it work. Make it work. It's a great card. Next up, 4 mana, Elise the Navigator. 4 mana, 3/5. Battlecry. If your deck started with 10 cards of different costs, crafted custom location. Whoa, a lot of locations. I don't know about this one. I really do want to make a Druid out of this, but it's just like a little hard right now. Maybe I can make it work, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. I love the idea, a little bit steep of a cost to make it work. Anyway, good card. Next up, Blobatar, 4 mana, 2/4, Poisonous Taunt with Death Rattle. Summon a 1/2 blob, Poisonous 1/2 blob with Taunt. We've been playing with this card, and I think it's actually going to be seen pretty much everywhere. I'm not even joking. This is a very strong card. You should be playing with it right now if you don't already. Lovely card. Next up, Dissolving Ooze, 3 mana, 3/3. Battlecry, destroy a friendly minion. Spend out the bones of his attack and health into your hand. Here's your bones. It's 2 mana. Give a minion whatever it was. I think this card is actually playable right now, at least in Arena. I like it. Next up is Torka, 4 mana, 2/7. Undead Beast. Battlecry, draw a Kindred card and another card that activates it. It activates a lot here too. It also works in Shaman's Quest. A fine card. It's not that great in most decks, but it'll be fine. You can run it if you want. I don't know. It's a legendary. It's just a lot. I don't know. Next up is Ravenous Devilsaur. 7 mana, 3/3. What? Battlecry, destroy a minion and Kindred gain its stats. Oh, wow. That's why it's so weak, because I could gain stats. But the Battlecry is already fine enough. I don't know. It's a beast. It'll be fine. Maybe you throw it into your Hunter deck to finish Food Chain. I don't like it. Next up is Platosaur. 1 mana, 1/2. Battlecry, draw a card. And Death Rattle, discard it. I actually am going to run this in my Aggro Hunter. I love it. It's a cute guy. It will definitely be played. I just don't know how strong he will actually be, because discarding him does kind of suck in other decks that aren't Warlock. Next up is Primal Fin Challenger, 3 mana, 3/2 Murloc with Battlecry. Your next Kindred triggers twice. This is going to be great in Murloc Paladin. I think this might be great in Shaman. I don't know where else this would be run. It's a great card. It is still pretty decently statted with the effect. I love it. Next up, 4 mana, 4/3 Steam Fin Thief. Murloc, Kindred, summon 2/1/1 Murlocs with Rush. It will be running Murloc Paladin and nothing else, and even then I think that this card sucks absolute donkey. This is so bad. Next up, 6 mana, 5/7 City Chief Esho. Battlecry, if every minion in your deck shares a minion type, give your other minions +2/+2 wherever they are. I like it. I don't know if I can run this even, because I would have to have it out of my deck, like if I shuffle it in somehow. I don't know how that works. Maybe I can make this work in Murloc Paladin. I would have to look into it. But overall, it's a fine card. I like the idea. Again, I need a lot more synergy thoughts to make this work. At the moment, it's a little steep on price, too. Next up is Sealing Cinder. We already know about this one. It's good. It's good. I wouldn't run in my own deck like on its own, but it's a good card. Next up is Cloud Serpent. 4 mana, 4/3 Battlecry. Get a copy of another elemental or dragon in your hand. Very good card. Will be used in a lot of decks. I know that there's some synergy with Warrior, Mage, Shaman, and Druid. And I think that all of those options are going to be perfectly viable. And 4 mana and a 4 attack minion is going to be a great card to put in anywhere, in my opinion. Next up, 5 mana, 3/6 Storm Brewer. Whenever this attacks, deal 3 damage to the target first. Kindred gain Rush. This reminds me of that one Forge Nature one that would summon the 2/3 or the 3/2, whatever it was in Shaman that nobody saw play. I think this is going to be basically the same because the cost is a little steep. It's still a good card. Maybe run it in your Elemental Shaman or Mage if you need the boost, but it's expensive. Next up, what? Ultra Gigasaur! That's the guy I know. That's the guy I love. He's gonna suck ass. He's 11 mana. Nobody else is gonna run it besides Druid. I'm gonna make a big Druid out of him to make him 5 cost 14/28. But other than that, I don't know, man. It's just there. You gotta play your Sarah to get him. You gotta play New Heights to get him. There's only so many classes that actually will care about having a 14/28. And unless you can evolve this with Shaman, I don't see a consistency to make him fun or good. But he's my GOAT. Next up is Undercover Cultist. 3 mana, 2/3 Taunt Reborn. Has +3 attack while damaged. So when this is reborn, it'll be a 5/1. I like it. It's very strong, very good. It reminds me of the Castle Breaker, was it? Or was it the Cursed Wretch that had charge and +2 attack when it was damaged? Lovely card. I like the idea of this. Let's go. Next up is Relic Miner. Battlecry. Destroy the top card of your deck. Discover a card of the same rarity. This one, if you can, prioritize your deck with Overplanner or something, and you really want to change out a card in your deck, I get it. But this is more of an arena card than anything. It's just kind of mid. I always like the idea of getting the rarity over the card cost, but it's all right. Next up is Ancient Stegodon. 3 mana, 1/5 beast. Battlecry. Choose to gain taunt, poisons, or 1/1. This is always going to be +1/+1 in my opinion. Maybe taunt again. There's nothing much here to push. You might just put this on in Quest Hunter, and that's it. I don't know anyone else who would run it. Next up is Curious Explorer. 2 mana, 3/5 Death Rattle. Reduce the cost of a minion in your opponent's hand by 2. That's so stupid. Why would you do that? Oh, I know, because this would be run in Silence Priest, or maybe another Silence card if there is any besides Priest. I'm going to run this in Silence Priest. That's what I'm saying. Next up is Crystal Tender. 2 mana, 2/2 tradable. Battlecry. Gain empty mana crystals until both players have the same mana. Whoa, that's insane. What do you mean? I don't see this card being as fun as I thought it would be. Ramp Druid isn't that viable right now, and if Ramp Druid does become viable, yes, play this. But I wish that what's his name, Mojo Master Zehi or whatever, if he came back, there's ways to make this fun. I just don't think it's going to be used just yet, but we'll see. Next up is Marshland Thresher. 3 mana, 3/3 beast. After you cast a spell, gain Divine Shield. This is strong. It can be consistently replenished, but outside of that, I will definitely just be run as a beast in Hunter, maybe in Beast Druid, but not. I don't know. It's all right. Next up is Scale High Kodo. 6 mana, 3/6 beast. Battlecry. Destroy the lowest attack enemy minion. Kindred. The highest attack instead. I like this card. Will be ran, at least wherever I put him. I love him. Definitely think that this can be used in a lot of decks. It's a beast though, so again, high requirement. But again, Shaman can use it, Hunter can use it, Druid could probably use it. Maybe even Mage, I don't know. I like it. I do like it. Next up is Tar Tyrant. 8 mana, 1/12 Taunt Lifesteal. Has +6 attack during your opponent's turn. You're not putting this in your deck, you're discovering it because you're gonna die soon. I don't see any other way to use this. It's whatever. It will die. Mid. Below mid. Next up is Rock Skipper. 2 mana, 1/3 Murloc. Battlecry. Get a 1-cost rock that deals 3 damage. It's so good. It's so good. It's going to be used in Murloc Paladin. I might even throw this in my Nero the Crater Hunter deck because it's just so good. I love it. It can deal 1 mana, 6 damage to the face. That's like a fireball with Nero the Crater. He's amazing. I love him. He's a great card. Next up is Petrified Ogre. 3 mana, 5/5 Stars Dormant. While dormant, gain +2 attack at the start of your turn, or 50% chance to awaken instead. Honestly, I think that this card could get seen in my Silence Priest because I'm sick and nasty like that. It's alright. 3 mana 5/5 is already fine if it pops, ooh, no, I didn't get my +2/+2, but 3 mana 7/7, 3 mana 9/9, it doesn't really matter because the longer it stays dormant, the less you get to use it. So, probably won't get run in decks, but I like the idea of it. Next up is Pterodax Egg, 0/3 Death Rattle. Summon a 3/3 Pterodax that steals 1 health from all of the minions. I don't know where it steals the health from all of the minions. It doesn't have a Battlecry or an aura effect, so I don't know how that works, but I like its idea. Next up is Crater Gator, 4 mana, 5/4. Battlecry until the start of your next turn, the enemy hero can't be healed. It's a weak card overall. I think it's fun in some ways, but I wish it could be like a little bit overstated. Or I guess understated. I don't know. It's whatever. Mid. Probably not mid. Next up is 4 mana, 5/3. Primal Sabertooth. Stealth. After this attacks and kills him, and you get a copy of it. I like it. Wish it had Rush, or wish I could give it Rush. We'll figure it out. It's mid otherwise. It's going to go into Quest Hunter and nothing else. Even if it makes it in. Probably won't. Next up. Willful Watcher, 4 mana, 4/7 with Taunt. Death Rattle, destroy the top 3 cards of your deck. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's so bad. Oh, well, that's because I'm putting it in Silence Priest, dummy. It's a 4 mana, 4/7. That's pretty decent in terms of stats. Maybe not, actually. I wish it was a little bit clunkier. Like maybe a 4 mana, 5/7 with Taunt. Because, I mean, I'm going to lose Taunt. I would like some buff. But again, I'll be playing Silence Priest, which I'm going to be using that Unicorn. I'm going to be giving it Silence +1/+2. That's going to be great. Next up, Whirling Stormdrake, 9 mana, 8/8 with Rush, Wind Fury, and Kindred. Gain immune this turn. It's a little steep on price, but I think it might actually have a home somewhere. And again, you can copy it with the Tempered Drake, I think, if you played it. There's a lot of good here. I just think that's a little hard to play in any current deck. I tried to throw it in my big Druid. It didn't make any sense. But you could definitely make it work somewhere. Next up, Stranglevine. 3 mana, 3/2, Death Rattle. Give a random friendly minion a random bonus effect in its Death Rattle. So it's going to go hopping and hopping and hopping like a frog hopper. It's going to be giving a random bonus effect. It's like a little mini Greybow, and I like that. But again, random bonus effects aren't that strong. Last two, let's go. 2 mana, 2/1, Ancient Raptor. Battlecry, choose to gain +3 attack, Divine Shield, or Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 plants. I think I know which one I'm choosing. I love my plants. This one's okay. Will be run in some decks, but I don't see it being used like that much. It might be a good discover option if you're really like strapped for making space. But we'll see. The 2 mana 5/1 is just the rager right now, and Divine Shield is probably the best option, but I don't know. Again, this one's actually a decent, like, all three are viable, but I don't think the card itself is. And last but not least, it's not that. It is Krog the Crater King, 9 mana, 8/7. At the end of your turn, set the attack and health of all enemy minions to 1. I like it. 9 mana steep, though. But if you get this off a shock, I don't know about this card. It's not getting run in your deck. You might just want to discover it or just, I don't know, wait for it to be discovered. I don't know if this gets run on its own. It's a fine card. I like the idea, but maybe a little bit slow right now. That is it for all cards in the Lost City of Unguro set. My honest opinion of this expansion right now is that it is one of the best card offerings that I have seen, so much so that I have bought the expansion. I think that I'm going to enjoy this one the most, more than Great Dark Beyond, more than Emerald Dream. And again, something like Mage, being where, yes, you're going to be playing the quest every time, but there's so many cards to choose from that, yes, there's going to be better options than most, but I think that you can make that a personal Mage quest that I love the idea of, that I think that we're going to see all the pros come out and make a strong offering of 20, 40, 50 decks that are all somewhere viable, that you just need to have a high skill ceiling towards, that I don't think any other expansion has shown me. Every single one of these decks, to me, have a way to break into your own mold, and I want to see that be a lot more explorative, a lot more imaginative, especially in the lower ranks too. I want to see everybody come back into this game going, there's actually a card here that nobody's thinking about. There's a tech here that nobody's trying. There's the rock, paper, scissors as always, but there's a little bit more of a complicated system to it. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And I will tell you right now, out of everything here, I think my first deck is gonna be Murloc Paladin, then Death Knight, then Priest. And I think that that's gonna start the journey of everything that we're gonna be looking for. I have a lot of deck ideas to go through. Hunter, of course, is going to be my baby that I'm gonna be working on the entire expansion. But at the moment, like, we are looking at a lot of sauce here. We are looking at so many ingredients. I hope to have a lot of cooks. I really want too many cooks in this set. This is what I want. I want to see everybody come out and go, there's too much here. There's too much to make. It is a little bit too close to time for that sun over there. I'm gonna need a little bit more of a light on my face. But until then, I will catch you all on the flip side. And thank you for watching.